international international missionaries and what we can do. So I wanted to talk to you a little bit about how I grew up. I was blessed to grow up in a home that was very involved in church, and it was very involved in missions. We had missionaries staying at our house all the time. So I really got to know them on a different level. When they're in your home, you get to really know them personally, and they become so much more real to you. And then actually the very first guest that Josh and I ever had stay in our home overnight when we got married was a missionary. And we became such good friends with them, and we were able to be there with them through their mission. They were in Scotland, and we were able to, he actually passed away from brain cancer, and we were able to be there for her and support her after his death. And they became such close friends, and it actually made their mission work more real to us also. So when I talk about those things, I'm talking about, I want y'all to know you don't have to be a foreign missionary to be part of their work. You can get involved from Killen, Alabama. You can do that through prayer, donations, sharing their information on social media, mission trips, and connecting with the missionary, sending them messages to support them and love for them. You can also do things like we did with Cassie, where we did the shoe cutting party. There's lots of ways to be involved with foreign missionaries and not necessarily have to go yourself. But I want you all to remember, it doesn't take a super Christian to be a missionary. You don't have to be this super, I'm faithful, I'm holier than thou person that's just on this high pedestal of faith to be a missionary. You just got to have a willing heart. I think a lot of times we look at these missionaries and we see them as something different than us, and they're not. They're just willing. They're willing to go where God wants them to go and do what God wants them to do. And you don't have to be perfect to be a missionary. You just have to be proof of Christ's love. Some of the best people to do Christ's work are ones who don't have a great story, that really can show how Christ changed them. Like Paul. Think about Paul. It's great if you don't have a troubled or a bad past too, but God can use those, and he can use your testimony more than you would ever think if you allow him to. And you don't have to sell all you own and move to a hut in Africa to follow the leading of Christ. You just have to do your part in God's story and be willing to do that part. But it all starts with going with Christ. We talked about that a lot. Just having Christ at the center of your life and at your home, and who you are. If you're willing to go out each and every day, and everywhere you go, everything you do, you keep Christ at the center, you're going to be a missionary for him. And then he will lead you where he wants you to go. He'll lead you to, if that is a hut in Africa, you'll be willing. If that is just to support someone who lives in a hut in Africa, you'll be willing. But it all starts with going with Christ. You go each and every day and you live for him. It's not a Sunday morning, Wednesday night when I'm around Miss Sarah, when I'm around the youth group. It's not that at all. It is I choose daily to keep Christ with me. To live a life where I show forgiveness, I show love, I'm kind to those who others aren't kind to. That's where it all starts. So this week I want y'all to think about ways that you can reach out to foreign missionaries and show them love, and then what you can do to be a support. Have a great week. Bye.